Is it possible to minimize acrylic odor? We all know that smell. We're going to talk about this right now on the Biz Talk. Now, I don't know about the acrylic odor, Trace, but
I can smell Greg from here.
Whoa, excuse me.
Okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. I thought that was coming my way. I thought the odor comment was going to come my way. But let's put it on Greg.
I switched it up. I'm like switch it up.
Yeah. Can we let's let that be the topic. Can we minimize Greg's odor instead of acrylic? Poor guy. He's not even here. We're just like trashing him. I just imagine like a big garbage can. We're just like dumping trash on him. He's like, stop it.
He deserves every bit,
He does.
everything.
No, and people don't know this. Like sometimes on camera, we'll give him, a little bit, but trust me, he comes back at us every single day.
See,
he's not innocent.
We are our true self in front of the camera.
Correct.
Greg lies.
You liar. Okay, this is a good topic. Acrylic odor. Obviously, it's a never-ending question that comes up always,
Yeah.
right? You see it like anytime you mention salon to people in general, people always like, oh my gosh, the smell, but even nail polish, right? Like the smell of nail polish. Nail polish has a very strong scent.
Yeah.
And I see a lot of men comment, like whenever I mention nails, they're like, oh my God, how do you deal with the smell? Like first thing, how do you deal with smell?
My God, men.
Yeah.
They walk in the salon, you think you just shot them.
They are
like, what's going on?
I know. And the thing is like, whether we're talking about hair, or we're talking about nails, we're talking about chemicals.
Yeah.
Right? Like what goes in hair, what goes in nails, they're chemicals.
Yep.
Like this is, we're going to be real.
Yeah,
it's a fact,
yeah.
right? So there's going to be some scent to deal with. Now, specifically, we're talking about monomer. Okay, we're talking about nail liquid, which is probably the most asked about, right? We're talking about that odor.
Yeah, it's potent.
It can be potent. Okay. Now,
I love the smell. I really do. I love the smell of it.
Of acrylic monomer. Yeah.
Smells like money.
For me, I've been around it so long, it doesn't bother me. Obviously, we're not saying go and huff. Don't go open monomer and start huffing it. No. In the same way that I would say don't go into, your Clorox bleach at home and open that and start huffing it, right? Like, I think that's something that a lot of people don't realize is in your own home, you have chemicals that you work with and clean with. We're not saying open it and huff it, right? Monomer is one of those that it does have a smell, and to some it is unpleasant. So here's sort of my take on this. First of all, as a company, we've done our very best to create like a low odor monomer, right?
Right.
And it's obviously the goal would be to create something with no odor. Right now, the technology is not there. There are odorless products in the market that exist. We've talked about this on vlogs and on episodes. Odorless is not the place to go because it doesn't function well, correct? Like an odorless monomer?
I haven't found one. No.
Yeah, not yet. So low odor is where we're at in the market. So how do you deal with it? Let's dive right into this. I just wanted to kind of like prep the conversation. This is the place we're at today. Okay, don't like no odor. We have a low odor, but it still has an odor, right?
Right.
How does a salon or a nail professional in a tight space, how do you deal with this?
Yeah. Well, I had a 500
square foot
place with 4 nail techs.
Yeah. All doing acrylic? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So what did you do?
Well, there are filters that you can buy, which are very helpful. For me, it was cross ventilation. was key. So basically, I had windows. If I had the window partly open over here and the front window, there was no. I mean, it was really good.
Wow.
Really good. None of the businesses complained. And what's funny is when I sold the business, I told the girl who worked with us, she knew the procedure. She wouldn't do it. And she started getting complaints by the person downstairs, the person next. And the landlord was threatening to kick her out.
Wow.
And she came to me, she's like, what am I going to do? I said, you're going to open the windows.
To get that cross ventilation. Yeah.
So, I mean, there's HEPA filters you can buy, charcoal filters, and they all are very helpful.
Yeah. They can help reduce those. So in your situation, if you're in a salon and you have that option, I mean, cross ventilation is great. I mean, at my house, I open one window on one side and the other, and it just cruises through the home, and it's really nice, right?
Huge, yeah.
So in a salon, especially 500 square feet, that's a great answer if you have that option. If you're in a salon suite and you're tucked away in the back and you just have a standard,
AC
ventilation
or whatever,
with standard ventilation, how can somebody deal in that? So HEPA air filter or charcoal filters can help.
It is a huge help. I would say that would be your number one thing. Making sure, there's a lot of people, like if you would have your DAP and dish, when I'm not using it, it's always corked. That's going to help. Keeping your garbage sealed. I had garbage with lids on it. So the minute, I would put it in a towel, I would stick it in the garbage, the lid would go on. Honestly, I would, half of the day, I'd throw all the garbages out. Stuff like that, it helps.
That's actually a really good point, like containing smells when you can. So obviously minimizing the odor that does get out, HEPA filters, charcoal filters, using those items. And then containment, like those trash cans where, like, we have them in our filling rooms where when we clean a surface, you put them in and it seals it.
Yeah.
There is no smell.
Yeah.
There is no smell
Yeah.
at that point. So that's a really good thing, because obviously you're using the wipes to clean out your dish. And sometimes, like when you're brush, you got to clean your brush. Even when you apply and you're brushing off excess, that's building up. But being very conscious about containing the smell, I think, is huge.
Even if, like, because we do photo shoots and things like that.
Right.
When we do those, I actually take Ziploc bags, and every time I use a wipe, I stick it in the Ziploc and I seal it and put it away. Nobody complains that way. Nobody complains.
That's a really, really good idea.
Yeah.
Especially if you are in a tight space. That's a great strategy. Ziplocs are just heaven, man.
Yep.
They're airtight, so it's going to contain it.
Yeah, and then you stick it in a closed can trash, throw it away halfway through the day, and it's a huge help. I mean, I've went to people's garbages and it's just like, whoa.
If it's open, like we have, there's one right there. I see.
Yeah, poor Vic up here, she's with it, and because we get used to the smell.
Yeah.
But I'll grab the garbage and I'm like,
yeah,
it knocks you back.
Absolutely. Okay, I think those are real solid recommendations and options for you if you're in a closed, tight space. Now, what about actual, like, a proper ventilation system? Would that not be the ideal sitch?
Very ideal.
Expensive.
And it's expensive,
Yeah.
but they really have gotten more reasonable.
Okay.
Yeah, you can do. I had a handy husband, so he was able to make it work with, like, bathroom ventilation and all, he customized everything for me. So
you had that also outside of the cross ventilation?
I had towards the end some help there too. He put something in, but the cross ventilation was the huge helper.
Okay, gotcha.
So that does help. I always get my two places confused. He did that for me in the in my distribution.
Oh, okay.
When I moved to distribution, because we taught classes there.
Of course.
Yeah. So I'm getting my two places confused. Cross ventilation for my salon.
Got it.
Never bothered. But my distribution, I didn't have the window option.
Okay,
at all.
right.
So he made
Tweaked
something
it.
For me.
Okay, got it.
But I've noticed that the pricing on those kind of things went down.
They've gone down. Yeah, I would imagine so. We've seen, I mean, we do it here for because we fill here. So we have, like pretty intense, like ventilation systems,
Yes.
you know, to manage the airflow and all that stuff. I know it can get pricey, but I think for salons, there's probably some good options to look there. Outside of that, and I know we've talked about this before, but gel.
Yeah.
Like I know this is basically saying moving to another option, but gel is such a great alternative.
It is.
You know, if you're going no odor.
No, if you absolutely can, because there are spas
That you can't.
that they're like, no way, it's not going to happen. And you are like, well, I want to be here. What am I going to do? Gels, and I want to offer enhancements. Gels is the way to go. There is no smell to gels.
Right.
And if you are incorporating that, you know, when I was in salon, we were big time acrylic. You know, gels hadn't really come as far as they are now.
Totally.
It was just all looked like honey and
Right,
was awful
right.
to deal with. Now, you know, it would probably be more like 50-50
Yeah.
acrylic gel, which
Yeah.
is going to also help minimize the smell, but completely odor free, gel's your option.
Yeah. Melissa De La Cruz, one of our Young Nails mentors, isn't she pretty much majority gel now?
Which is funny because she was
She was hardcore acrylic.
Hardcore. I think she has one or two clients that are acrylic now.
That do acrylic. Why is that? Why would she have, like, that's kind of what I was going to go. Can you go 100% gel, or do you have to pull out the acrylic every once in a while for certain situations?
For certain clients.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, and if you don't have the option to do those clients, then those might not be the clients for you. There's just some people that their nails scream. They have, you know, just bit nails, complicated nails, damaged nails. Acrylic's just going to work better for them.
Sure.
So yeah, you would pull it out for that. Everybody else, gel's the perfect option, and you could start filling them with gel on top of it.
Right. Well, like, how much of her clientele is it? Like 90, 95, 96%, whatever?
I literally think she has 2 clients that are acrylic.
Out of all of her clients. Okay, now Melissa's, like, we're talking, she is busy.
Yeah.
Like, she is, like, we've used her as a model for, like, a fully booked.
Yeah.
Her prices are top tier.
Yep.
You know, starting at
over $100 a year.
Yeah, she makes over $100K a year tack. Her starting prices are like $100, right, for a full set.
That's starting. Yeah, She usually, if you're going to her, you're at least 150 to 200.
Yeah,
on your set, at least.
Right, and she does. I mean, her nails are insane, but it's
right there, right? Because people are like, well, I don't have the art options with gel. Look.
Dude, she is all art and
dimensional.
Correct.
Art is her thing.
And exactly, dimensional art, and that's the thing with gel too, is you get so much more dimension using it because of that clarity, right? Like if you embed it with the glitters or the mylars or any reflective type of like confettis, it just pops more in gel.
Yeah.
Right. Versus,
because that clarity is amazing. I mean, our acrylic clear
it's very clear. Yeah.
Is amazing. But gel just it gives this bloom that's just insane.
See, I really like, I mean, if you're acrylic, and there are strategies to minimize the odor, like Tracey and I were talking about. And then there's the real expensive option of, like, you know, doing what we did, going full force, like hoods. And then there's probably other options, not so expensive, where you can minimize and circulate that air. But I really love the option of just moving to gel, right? Yeah. I mean, first of all, you're going to build up a different skill set, and you very much will minimize the odor, because you might have, like Tracey said, if you have a couple clients that are difficult, you might have to go to acrylic, right? Mm-hmm. But you're minimizing the odor with only maybe a couple clients that you have to do.
It would be rare.
It'd be very rare.
Yeah. So it's a great option. And for, you know, the techs that are like me, that, well, I tried it back in the day.
Yeah.
It's completely different. I actually love working with gel.
Yeah.
People ask me all the time, what's your favorite? And I'm like, that's a hard one. I guess if I'm going to grab I grab acrylic.
Yeah,
I do.
Sure.
But I do love gel now, and I hated it before. And now we have those precision gel applicators that make it super easy. So try it again, because it has come
A long way.
Long way. And I think number one thing you have to realize, no matter what you're doing, the minute people walk into a nail salon, they assume smell, so they smell.
Right.
I've had someone walk in while I'm doing gel go, oh my God, the smell.
No smell, man.
That's nothing.
Yeah.
I remember one of my girls, her husband owned a chainsaw place, and he would come into the shop like this. I'm like, your place reeks of oil. Like,
Right.
reeks of
Right.
it. And you're coming in every time. But
Dude, that's
so you're not going
classic.
to please everybody.
No, that's classic. You know why? Because I remember my dad was a mechanic, right? Go to his shop. He had a shop locally. I'd walk in and it was grease, oil. I mean, it's gnarly, right? But that's a mechanic's shop. And my dad was never afraid of getting dirty. He would walk into our warehouse if we were filling, be like, what is this? I'm like, Dad, you literally have oil caked on your hands. And so it's just people are sensitive to it. It can be a sharp
Who's
smell.
the worst? Hairdressers.
Really?
Hairdressers. And I'm like, dude, you guys' stuff smells. You ever smell a Brazilian blowout?
It's gnarly,
Or a
right?
perm? Yeah.
Yeah.
That always cracks me up. But yeah, it's you're never gonna please everybody.
Of course. So let us know in the comments below how you deal with that. I think these are some really, really good options in minimizing odor, different paths you can take, real practical solutions to dealing with odor. But let us know what you've done if you've had this challenge. I think it'd be very helpful for people to read your strategy. Tracey, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for joining us, and we'll see you next time on Biz Talk.